Well, when you're shopping around and looking for advertisement, there's a few factors, a few things that you need to research before you just go out and purchase the first thing that's cheap and things like that. The first thing, you want your advertisement to be very eye-catching. Second off, you probably want it to be cost efficient. You don't want to go spending a lot of money on something that's not going to work. And then ultimately, you want it to reach potential customers where you're making some money. And that's why I feel like a vehicle wrap is the best way to get your message out there to your customers. Vehicle wraps are more eye-catching than, say, newspaper ads, billboards, and mail-out flyers. Just for instance, newspapers, I mean, you're always constantly doing something with your business. A newspaper is a monthly fee every month. You've got to take time to renew your account with them. You've always got to take time to do that. And the new generation, computers, everything, there's not as many people reading newspapers as there were years prior. So that's not only think that's an efficient way of advertisement. Billboards, those anywhere from $3,000 to $5,000 a month, depending on where you advertise. You see billboards everywhere. People look at them, they get home, hey, I needed a landscaper. You forget what you see when you're going down the road. You got many different things on your mind. Also, just not a good way to catch somebody's attention, in my opinion. And as far as the flyers go, everybody gets junk mail. They get home, they want to get their bills, and then they see this other, it's just junk mail, usually gets thrown away. There was a study done by VehicleWraps.com, and in their studies, they said that 91% of people noticed words in pictures displayed on moving trucks rather than if you see a billboard. It's just something different, you know. Bright colors on a moving vehicle, it stands out in your mind. People tend to relate to that and remember things of that nature. You're kind of, the sky's the limit of what you want to put on your vehicle wrap. You know, a newspaper ad, it's going to be just black and white. You know, you're just going to read, and if it's something you're looking for, you might catch it. But vehicle wraps, you know, neon greens, orange, bright oranges, colors, jumps out at people. You know, hey, you know, look at here's what my business offers. You know, you've got a better chance of reaching out to people that way. As far as a cost-efficient, vehicle wraps are a one-time expense for 4 years. You pay roughly, say a van is $3,500. That's a one-time fee. You don't have to re-up. You initially pay for it. The warranty is for 4 years. It's going to last you 4 years. You know, wherever you go, you're advertising your business. Feller's Magazine, also along the lines of being cost-effective. Feller's Magazine, which is Frank Feller's, one of the largest wrap supply companies in the U.S., he actually figured it up, proved that, say, a TV commercial ad, your company's going to have to spend $130,000 to get the initial impression as a $3,500 vehicle wrap. That's just what he found in his studies there. Like I say, you're sitting there watching TV. People can turn the TV off or whatnot, but you know, when you're going down the road, it's just you don't miss them. Whether or not you're say going to call on a sales job or you're running to the grocery store, it's constantly working for you. And just a little example here, people tend to wonder, you know, what is the material and all this? It's just a simple vinyl, sort of in a way like a normal sticker. It's got a backing paper. Most of the time when you put it on a vehicle, it's going to come in a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet. This here is just for sample purposes, but you can see it's got an air release backing to it. Very aggressive adhesion. Once it sticks, of course, something that's going to last 4 years has to be very, very tough. So I'm going to pass this around if you'd like to feel that, kind of touch it and feel it. Also, another thing, Cox Communication, which is another good form of news to get out there to people. They did a survey that said that 61% of Americans drive over 1 hour per day, and 33% drive over 2 hours a day. So that's a pretty good chance that somebody's going to see your ad, you know, as opposed to any other forms of advertisement. So with all this being said, I think that Vehicle Wraps, with all these facts being put out there, is definitely your best way of advertisement, as opposed to everything else that I went over. They can be used on cars, trucks, boats, trailers, pretty much anything that's a rolling billboard. This stuff, you know, you can put it on there. So that's why I believe that vehicle wraps or rolling billboards are more cost-effective, eye-catching, and they're going to reach more people for you to get your business out there and eventually make the money that your investment, you know, will return. So, thank you. You're grouting, you're finished, and then if you've done this yourself, you've transformed your kitchen, your space, into a nice-looking kitchen, and you save money while doing so. And hopefully, this has helped you out. Thank you.
Ephemeris, but over one. It pays just straight, all the fibers run parallel. There's nothing that looks special about it. So I always like to point that out, because if you're looking for that horizontal band, you're not going to find it on either model. Where I would always label semi-membranosus is right here, because in that little portion, the fibers run diagonally, and if you're looking on your atlas, the fibers look like they run diagonally on the semi-membranosus in your atlas. So I always try to label it there so you'd at least have that clue.
All right, ready?
Okay.